I think we are recording.
Okay, so for people watching this in the future, I want to note that this is completely unprepared and unscripted. We are vaguely going to talk about SBT type level and how that can dramatically save you time if you're publishing a new library. But that is the scope of what we know what we're doing right now.
Okay. Well, and I think we'll just talk through it in a demo. And then does anybody want to do the demo? Or I can try and do the demo.
I don't know if I can share my screen on this computer. I haven't given it. I mean, I'm trusting you are. Yeah, okay. You're going to attempt to do this demo?
Yeah, yeah. The only thing is, my setup is always a bit tricky.
Oh, yeah, Gitpod.
Because, well, I could just actually use my machine. So for people that don't know, I use like cloud development instances because, I don't know, that's just how I do things. And so, yes, so it's a little bit different. But I think I've got something going. So, okay, let me share my screen. Let's see. Let's try it again. Oh.
I dropped just some links to SBT type level and the type level getter 8 in the chat.
Yeah, well, we're waiting.
Okay.
Oh, no, go ahead.
Oh, do people see?
I'm just seeing your avatar, not content.
Shoot. Let's try that one more time. Sorry, somebody was saying something? It says only one content share allowed. Ooh. Yes, no?
Here we go.
Yes.
Yeah. We can now see.
Okay. Okay, great. So, I actually haven't even done it like this. So what? We have docs for this, right?
Yeah, so okay, maybe I'll offer up that SBT type level is an SBT plugin that tries to encapsulate a lot of the best practices for publishing a library in the type level ecosystem. And then the type level.g8 or Giterate is a Giterate template kind of setting up a very bare bones project that uses SBT type level. So anytime I'm starting like a new little like test library or something, I do use this type level Giterate. I find it very helpful and kind of just like taking care of all of the bare bones that you sort of need to set up. Bare bones being like, you've got to build SBT setup. You've got like a couple plugins that are pretty common practice, one of which being SBT type level. It creates, it'll ask you your package name, and then it'll create those directories.
Yeah, we can actually, let's go through it now.
Yeah.
So this is the command, and we'll actually see what the template asks. So I'm running this SBT new, and I know SBT's got a lot of built-in stuff now. I don't think it's got the type level G8 built in. Oh, everything is broken. Excuse my horrible dev instances, which I'm too lazy to customize. I think this is the... Something broke recently. It was either my default instance changed or SBT 1.9.7. Somebody made my life much more miserable.
Yeah, I guess just in case people don't know, this is a quirk of Gitpod, not a quirk of SBT or the type level Giterate. So you should not have to do this step to make it at home. Yeah, so with Giterate templates, SBT kind of like iterates through them and will prompt you for various questions. So here it's asking the name of your project. And then in the square brackets, it's telling you, like, if you just hit enter, what we're going to end up using. So you can just hit enter, and then we'll be creating a new thing called Quick Start, or you can give it a nice name. This is like what will determine your directory structure and package name. So if you used com.example, then you're going to get a com directory and then an example directory and then your any Scala demo directory. You can just use that default if you want.
Well, I'll use mine. We can actually publish this thing.
Oh yeah, sure, cool. And then
And
it'll
then,
confirm. That seems like a perfectly reasonable package.
And it's perhaps worth just noting that like it will like the defaults will build up. So like here, like like you don't have to specify the entire package. Like the default is computed from previous options.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I think examples of fun. Oh wait, no, your organization name maybe matters here.
it doesn't matter. Oops. Well, hopefully you can have spaces. Why is this default Scala still so old? Oh, there we go. Oh, why is that one still so old too?
Yeah, okay. That's admittedly strange.
Yeah, I think we need to, yeah. And then we'll just say 17. Oh! Okay. And wow, you're really taking credit.
This is actually the best decision I've ever made because I use this so often. Defaulting it to my information is like a bold move to put on like everyone else in the ecosystem, but
It'd be
I'm
really
personally
cool if
very
you like
happy.
somehow get those out of your system.
Oh yeah, like if
Okay.
you could read it from your Git config or something. Yeah, contributions welcome.
Yeah. So now, the question is, can I actually open my workspace in that folder? Open folder. So, oh yeah. Let me actually see if we can open this folder.
So now we'll get to see kind of all the files and directories that has generated for us.
So yeah, that was just calling sbt new typelevel / typelevel.g8. So really simple, and hopefully it'll pop up. Please. Okay. All right. I promise cloud dev instances are much funner than they look. The overhead for getting them started is slow, but then it's really nice to have like 10 of these running and not frying your local computer.
Yeah, so notable things that you have. You've got obviously like your core directory, which is going to have all of that package structure that we just set up. And it also includes like a starter main app and like a starter test setup. And then you've also got a docs directory, and that's going to tie in really nicely with sbt-typelevel because it's going to like set up like a Leica site for your library. And build from that docs directory, and that's all like included in your build SBT, right? So yeah, it starts you with like this like very nice default like thing, and it has like that little like version key so that'll like stay up to date, which is really great. I use this so often just to like get like a snapshot version for things when I'm working on it. And oh yeah, right, exactly, Fabian. There's like the flake, the Nix setup stuff. I don't know if it's Nix, so I can't comment.
It's if you're really into it, it's great. So actually, we can just pull up the build, and we should be able to just show things, like the site. So you actually have a working site, and we can actually preview it. So if we pull up the build, what do we have in here? Oh yeah, so it's copied in a bunch of things. So one really important thing in sbt-typelevel is the versioning. It really forces you to be explicit about your versioning, and it checks like your binary compatibility. So if you're breaking compatibility, you have to explicitly say that you're bumping your version. And so that's what this TL-based version captures. We don't really have time to talk about it in too much detail, but the idea is that you should encode, like if you right now in the 0.0.0 phase, but like, when you're ready, you would go to like 0.1 or something. And then when you make your first round of breaking changes, it would become 0.2. And eventually at some point it'll go to 1.0. So, okay. So yes, we've actually started the build now. So like,
just so that it's not like a deterrent, you are allowed to do whatever you want in 0.1. You can change, you can break, but like we don't enforce the binary compatibility checking until you're above 0.0. In 0.0, you can kind of do whatever you want.
So actually, is this not a? I see it. We're not a Git. Is this not a Git directory yet? Do I need to do Git init?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that will make a difference. Oh yeah, there we go. So now let me actually reload the build. Interesting. I didn't know we needed to do that too. And then we can actually. Oh, and that's interesting. I've never. Yeah, I guess because we don't have a head commit. That's fine, but we should improve the UX of that. So I can actually preview. What is it? Site TL site preview the docs. That's what it is. Yes, there we go. So we can actually preview the doc site that it's built for us. So while it's running that, what else do we have in here? Oh yeah. So it's auto-filled some of the things. The other thing that's cool is it's already set up. The doc site is already running, so we can open the preview in the browser. Yes, here we go. We have our Leica site, which has already got the snapshot version and everything in it. Not much here yet. But yeah, you've already got a working site. And by the way, there are GitHub workflows to get all this stuff already working. So yeah, so like for example, there's a workflow already generated for the site. So you can see the site workflows here. Like the main steps are that it's actually generating that documentation site, and then it's actually publishing it to GitHub pages for you. Yes.
Yeah, the GitHub pages publishing working. Like all you have to do is like push like an orphan GitHub pages branch, and then
you don't even have to do that.
You don't? I spent so long trying to figure that out. Oh my god.
Nope, it does that for you too. Yeah. Yeah. Good news. So okay, the site looks a bit finicky. So what is it? We've got that thing now. TL site is type level project something. Is that what it is?
Oh, to like disable the theming.
Yeah, I want to enable the theming because we've got. I want to actually like try and push this now, but I know this is gonna make the CI angry. So like we just need to get around that somewhere. It was this. I should check our documentation, which we've written, right? Type level project affiliate, I think that's it. So let's see. If I reload. Oops. So yeah, projects with a type level affiliate projects, they get like a special theme for the site. And it looks like the site is a little bit broken right now under the default theme, which is why I'm trying to. Oh, you know what? I actually know how to fix this. It's because it's called. It's because we actually don't need this. What we need to do is we need to rename it from index to readme or something, right? That's what it is.
Yeah.
So many fiddly. Okay. It's really good to walk through this. Reminds you of all the little fiddly things. Anyway, so okay, so I think we've got that. We've got the core folder, which has got some little application in here, I guess. So it's not really much of a library. It's an application, but that's fine. That's cool. And then we've got a test in here, and it's using Moonit, I think. Yes. You know what we're missing? A GitHub repository. So if we make one now quickly, how are we doing for time?
I think we only had 15 minutes. So
we've got seconds.
How much time do we have left?
45 seconds.
Oh, well, maybe that's the end of the demo.
I think.
What are we calling it? I'm gonna be. Let's just try and push it. So I'm gonna create the repository, and then we need to do an initial commit of everything, right? So, oh yeah, is the branch called master? Strange. Okay, git commit, initial commit.
And
then
isn't a part of, like, that would just be your local Git config, like newer versions of Git. Default to main.
Must be another cloud dev annoyance. Okay, so I've just pushed this here, and you should see CI will start kicking in right away, actually. Yep. So we've already got CI running, and it's already parallelized on your Scala versions and stuff. Yeah, Scala version and also the JVM version. It's also already created a job that's submitting the dependencies to GitHub to check for vulnerabilities. It's also already got a job running that's publishing the site as we speak. And there's also a published job that will fail because we haven't set up the credentials yet. We don't really have time to go over that now, I guess. Anyway, we should probably call it, but I want to show everybody the published site and like.
Really quickly, while we're waiting for the published site, there's a question from Catherine about whether SBT type level only supports semantic versioning.
Yeah. Nah, I know the semantic versioning is pretty baked in. So all the parts of SBT type level are like, it's actually made up of several smaller plugins. Oh no, our jobs are failing. Well, we're not going to get a published site then. It is made up of several smaller plugins that might be useful. But yeah, right now the whole is intended for using the early semantic versioning. Like that seems to be the standard. Oh yeah. So actually, yeah, there's a lot of plugins going in. So it's possible you can use certain parts of it and you will find them useful, like the CI release components. You can use those. You can use the CI release components without necessarily needing the MIMA, using the yeah. Or you can even use some of those maybe. Yeah, there's pieces you could possibly use, but as a whole, it's assuming it's sort of baked in early semantic versioning. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
Okay, at this point, I think I'm going to call time if that seems to be a good stopping point.
Thank you.